So I've been asked to be the warm-up guy before Anand comes and takes over. So I'm going to give a warm-up capsule on the India story, and more specifically the aviation story, which is what would be my particular domain, as well as a thing which is of great interest around India. So I have some data, and with that data, I would want to expand our story. Of course, thank you very much. Bangalore, has welcomed our new terminal with great pride, with great arms, and we are really happy that whatever we have built has been appreciated across. We have been, just to tell you, the terminal has been listed as one of the 10 iconic, buildings around the world by CNN International. And so, there have been other such publications which have termed this terminal as a different one. In fact, the terminal is built on 4 key pillars. The first pillar, of course, Bangalore being the garden city, there's a terminal in a garden. And those of you who have experienced would have felt some of this. And this is only going to improve, as I was telling, such a large construction like 255,000 square meter of terminal space that we have built takes time to settle itself. But we promise a great passenger experience to each and every one of you. The second, of course, Bangalore being the technology city, I found more than half the people telling that they are from the technology industry. Technology is going to be a code for this terminal. The third, of course, sustainability. We are going to be entirely 100% on renewable energy, and we are going to use all the water from our water harvesting ponds. We have 7 ponds which are actually lakes, and the entire airport requirement of water will only come from there. We are not going to take a drop of water from the city, because we know the city needs a lot of water. And the fourth, of course, pride of every Bangalorean, every person from Karnataka, the art and culture of Karnataka will be reflected, and which you would have seen already. Now, coming to the India story, well, I don't have to say anything. India is the next big story in the world. India has moved from 11th position to 5th position in a decade, and is going to move to the 3rd position. Now, of course, it could be in 5 years or 10 years, but it is definitely going to be. It's been told that, we are going to double our economy from the existing 3.5 trillion to 7 trillion in about 6 to 7 years. And India has always surprised everyone. Now, the story behind on this is the aviation story. The aviation growth has been phenomenal. Between 2014 and 2019, this sector grew at 15% CAGR year on year. But of course, COVID hit us. There was a time when we were all on an existential crisis, thinking, are we really going to come out of this? Do the world require, or the city requires this big terminal we are building? We got caught. We were building the biggest terminal and we had no passenger in the airport. Of course, we are past that. We have already reached the pre-COVID traffic. We are looking at a 25% traffic growth in the next year. We are looking at a 40% growth in our top line. And, we are today a 31 million passenger airport. By all conservative forecasts, we would be 60 million in 5 or 6 years, 100 million in about 10 years. And by 2047, Bangalore might have 3 airports. That's the sort of growth that aviation is giving. In fact, the output multiplier of aviation to the GDP is 3.25. That is, every 100 rupees that's spent on an airport gives 325 rupees boost to the economy, the overall GDP. And on employment, it's 6.1. So it grows, it adds 610 jobs. So this is a sort of multiplier we are looking. And the growth is just starting. If you take the per capita flight, average Indian takes in India is 0.25 flights a year. Compare this with other nations. China is 0.47. So just reaching China will be doubling our number of people flying, number of aviation sector will be doubled. Europe is 1.82, US is 2.82. So the headroom is so high that India's travel is expected to be 960 million in 2033. That's a 3x traffic since 2020. This is the sort of growth. If aviation is going to give this sort of growth, just I know technology will give such a large growth. Manufacturing will give such a large growth. So the India story is real solid. India story is real. So with this, I'm going to conclude my speech. But of course, if any one of you wants to know anything further about Bangalore Airport, I'm available here, and we can always take it later. Thank you very much.